All right, gang, thanks for joining your saltwater guide. Today is all about locating those yellowtail to fish the dropper loop or the surface iron. So we're going to show you, there's the fish finder. Here we are coming up on the spot. As we start to get closer now, we slow down, and now you can start to see the hard bottom. This, where the red's getting thicker, that means the bottom's getting harder. That lets me know I'm coming up on the spot right now. So what's the best thing to do when you're coming up on the spot? Here they come. Here comes the rock. Now we just went by it. See, that's the highest part of that rock is what I marked on my GPS. Now we're going to turn around and we're going to come back. And then we're going to drive back over it again as you watch us come back around on it. And that area, I'm just pointing, here it comes. See, we just barely caught a piece of the high spot. So I turned around, came back. Now we can see the higher part of the rock. But what I'm not marking is any fish or any bait or anything on there. So that's trying to let me, but see how it's thin, then it gets thick? That means it's hard bottom. All fish are always going to be on the hard bottom. They're not going to be just out in this mud here. They're always going to be on the hard bottom. And here comes that bottom. As we come up to the next spot, we're coming right up onto the spot. And you're going to start to see it come onto the fish finder. See how the bottom's getting thicker? It's getting thicker. That lets me know that it's rocky as I'm driving up to this mark. It's showing me it's getting rockier and rockier. We got a lot of spots right here all jumbled together. See how it's getting thicker? So that lets me know that that's where the rock is. But we still haven't marked any fish on any of these rocks. Let's see, here it comes, a little bit of the rock. Are we seeing any fish? Caught a little tiny edge there, but here's that rock better. Oh, okay. So now this is where we're going to anchor up. This is where we're going to put our anchor right there. See all that bait? That lets me know that something's going on here. Something's got that bait elevated off the top of the rock. See how it comes to the rock? It's thicker. That means it's rockier. Then here's all the bait. And there's some more bait up higher. And then that lighter blue, that might just be a little piece of that yellowtail. It's pushing that bait around the rock there. That's what we were looking for. So come back around here. We're turning the boat the whole time. We're going to come back around onto the rock. See, thicker means rockier. Thinner means sand. And it's all about finding the structure and then finding some bait or some type of a sign that's going to show us that, hey, there might be a chance to catch. We're really not looking so much for the yellowtail themselves as we're looking for the structure and bait. If there's bait on the structure, remember the fish always follow the bait. Now we want to find out if there's any current. And the only way to figure it out is to drop the anchor. But we're going to look at this. Oh, there's that bait pushed off the side of that rock. We're going to drive around here, look at it a little bit more. That's out in 107 feet of water as I turn around to get back to the rock. So it lets me know there's a lot of feed here. That being said, that means it's probably a good chance that we're going to find that yellowtail on this rock. Here we are back to the same depth, same rock, looking at it, cruising along, seeing if we mark that bait again. This time we're driving so that we can drop the anchor on it. So we're looking. Where did that bait go? But see how it's thick? That means that it's rocky. The thicker it is, the rockier it is. And I don't care if you have a hummingbird or a Bruno fish finder. They're all going to show there's that. Now that bait should be right around this zone. This is where we marked it before. We're just trying to drive around on this and find that part of the rock that had all the bait on it. Mud, rocks, rock. And then you can show where it goes back to the sand. That's where you want to drop your anchor, in that sandy part. Okay? Now we're coming back around on it, and it's getting thicker again, as you can see. I don't even have to point it out to you, but I will. It's just the bottom's getting thicker. So in the very beginning, right above the 64, it's sandy. Now here's that top of that rock. But where did that bait go? Did those fish all chase it off of there? Well, I metered enough bait there to know that I need to get anchored up here. There's something going on here at that rock. So stay tuned. We're going to spin the boat around here and see what we can find. Tune in for our show next week to find out what we find on this rock. Thanks for joining us. We'll be with you next week. Look, gang, if you want to see more of this and more stuff like this, just look at my YouTube channel. There's plenty of us catching fish. We will be back with you next Tuesday with a brand new video to finish this off on what we found and what we caught on this rock. Hang in there. I'll talk to you guys next Tuesday. Also, leave a comment if you want to see some other cool stuff. And don't forget to check out my website, yoursaltwaterguide.com. Thank you.